The sea stretches endlessly, a gray expanse under a sky heavy with clouds, the horizon blurred where water meets steel-gray light. The wind cuts across the deck, sharp and relentless, biting through woolen coats and steel armor alike. HMS Ironclad rocks gently, yet every motion feels ominous, as if the sea itself senses what is coming. Somewhere, far across the water, shadows move, other dreadnoughts, the German high seas fleet, approaching silently, like predators stalking prey. Life aboard the Dreadnought is a rhythm of waiting and readiness, a quiet punctuated by sudden, sharp commands and the constant hum of engines below decks. Men move through narrow corridors and steel stairwells, the heat of the machinery pressing down on them, the weight of the ship like a constant companion. Every sailor aboard understands the delicate balance between duty and survival, the invisible thread holding them to the world above water. For Thomas Harding, able seaman of the Ironclad, the war had always seemed distant, a series of letters and rumors. Yet here, amidst the steel and the salt, it is immediate. Every heartbeat seems magnified, every glance toward the horizon filled with anticipation and dread. The wind carries the faint scent of oil, of wet wood, and of something darker, something that whispers of battle yet to come. The first signs appear across the horizon. Smoke and fire flare in tiny, almost imperceptible bursts. The enemy tests the waters, probing for weakness. On deck, officers scan the horizon, their faces pale, their eyes calculating distances with the precision of men who understand that mistakes are measured in lives lost. Flags snap in the wind, signaling readiness, a silent conversation between ships that only those trained in the deadly art of naval warfare can understand. Then it begins. The first salvo erupts from the Ironclad, shaking the decks beneath Thomas's feet. The thunder of heavy guns reverberates through the ship, rattling every bolt and plate. The world contracts to the rhythm of fire and recoil. The ocean around him suddenly alive with spray and smoke. Waves erupt as enemy shells meet the water, tiny explosions marking where steel seeks to claim the living. Time becomes elastic in the chaos. Minutes stretch into hours, each one a blur of motion, sound, and danger. Thomas feels the tremor of every shot, the recoil running through the soles of his boots, the vibrations reaching deep into his chest. The acrid smell of cordite hangs in the air, sharp and choking, mixing with the salt and sea spray, marking every second with intensity. Around him, the ship moves with a life of its own. Men operate like extensions of the vessel, passing shells from the magazines deep below, adjusting rangefinders, bracing against each movement. Every motion is practiced, precise, essential. Every second matters, and every mistake could mean death. The human mind and body are tested beyond endurance, yet each man perseveres, a single thread in a tapestry of iron and fire. The horizon grows chaotic. Smoke and fire distort shapes, turning the sea into a surreal battlefield where silhouettes of ships flicker like shadows of ghosts. Shells explode, sending geysers of water skyward, and Thomas watches as comrades vanish into flame and foam. The Dreadnought is a fortress and a grave, a floating giant that carries hope and terror in equal measure. Hours pass. The battle ebbs and flows, a tide of fire and strategy. The Ironclad maneuvers through torpedo attacks and incoming fire, its guns roaring, relentless. Thomas feels the weight of the ship beneath him, the vibrations of every broadside, the echo of every explosion. He becomes aware of the fragility of life aboard such a vessel, where a single lucky or unlucky strike can change the fate of men and machines alike. In moments of quiet, between salvos and the pounding of waves, Thomas allows himself to remember the smell of bread from home, the soft grass of a summer field, the letters from loved ones. These memories seem almost alien here, where fire and water dominate, where life and death are measured in seconds. Yet they anchor him, a reminder of the world beyond the sea, of everything worth surviving for. Night falls, though the battle does not entirely cease. The horizon glows with distant fires, ghostly reminders of ships destroyed, of lives ended. The ironclad drifts, a scarred survivor in a sea littered with wreckage. Thomas leans against the rail, listening to the creak of the ship, the soft whisper of waves against steel. In the silence between storms of fire, he feels a strange clarity. The Dreadnought is more than a vessel. It is a testament to courage, endurance, and the human spirit. The shadow of the Dreadnought stretches across the water, and Thomas senses its weight not only on the sea, but on the history unfolding around him. Each man aboard carries within him the story of survival, of sacrifice, of fear and hope intertwined. The ship moves forward, unbroken, a monument to the determination of those who fight despite overwhelming odds. The North Sea remains indifferent to human struggle. Its waves rise and fall, oblivious to the battles fought upon them. Yet aboard the ironclad, the men understand their place within that indifference, the fleeting nature of their existence, and the lasting impact of their courage. Thomas watches the horizon, knowing that the dawn will bring new challenges, new fire, new tests of endurance. And yet in the quiet moments, he is alive. He is part of something immense, something terrifying, something historic. The Dreadnought moves forward, its shadow long and unyielding. Thomas carries it within him, a story of fear and valor, of men and machines, of fire and water. A shadow that will endure long after the guns fall silent, long after the waves have claimed their dead, long after the war has ended. The night deepens. The sea rolls beneath the ship, dark and infinite. The Dreadnought presses on, every deck a testament to those who endure, and every gun a memory of what has been faced and survived. And as the first light of dawn breaks across the horizon, gray spilling into gray, Thomas Harding knows this: the Dreadnought's shadow is not only on the sea, it is in the hearts of all who endure, a story of fire, of survival, and of unyielding will.